Hey guys, Jay up here, and yes, as the title says, this is finally that dark matter tips video that I kept promising you I would make. I mean, guys, it has only been 4.5 months since I actually got dark matter and, said I would be making this video, but nevertheless, we're gonna get around into it. First off, people keep asking me, how long did it take me to get dark matter camo? And being that I already had most of the challenges done for assault rifles, being I wasn't going for it right off the bat, it took me about 48 hours of in-game playtime. Headshots overall is what you're going to be going for dark matter. There are some weapons that are one-shot kills, but most of them are going to be headshots. And some things with going for dark matter, there's actually no tips to give. A lot of people do come in my streams, and a lot of people do ask me, do you have tips for X so I can do Y? And I just have to say no, because you just need to play in order to do some of these things. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and get right into these tips. So starting off, for long shots and headshots, I would actually suggest playing a little bit of hardcore, because long shots, they're a bit of an issue when it comes to core. You have the distance, but sometimes you just can't get the amount of bullets you need to get into the enemy to get that long shot kill, which can be a quite pain in the butt. But if you go to hardcore, there's less health, so it feels like there's more damage on your guns, and you have an increased chance of getting long shots. And shotgun headshots are also good for hardcore. If you want to try pistols too, be my guest, but that flanking part for the pistols is probably going to be your benefit. But then again, you've got high caliber, so there's not much you need to really worry about. Like I said, hardcore is good for a lot of this stuff. Moving on to bloodthirsties, that's another one that you have to complete. Ghost and staying mobile is probably one of the things you want to do. If you're the type of player who can't do well rushing, I don't know if suggesting Ghost would be good for you. In fact, you might want to counter that and just run a counter UAV. That way you don't have to be mobile. And this is one thing that I'm probably going to regret saying, but if you are not good at getting bloodthirsties, I would heavily suggest using 6th Sense and Tracker. You need to stay alive long enough to get those 5 kills, and if you know the enemy is coming, it gives you that little bit of chance in order to not die and keep your streak going. Personally, I don't like 6th Sense, but I know people are going to have to use it in order to get dark matter, therefore I'm giving the tip to do so. Also, for going for bloodthirsties, UAV and counter UAV is going to be helpful. Like I said, knowing where the enemy is most of the battle when it comes to gunfights in this. You can always try to sound whore, crank that volume up, and just pay attention to the game flow. And it should help you get these bloodthirsties, because I know a lot of people have trouble with them, especially when it comes to sniping. Now, with sniping bloodthirsties, I would not suggest you rushing around. I'm the more traditional sniper. I can quickscope every once in a while, but I really like going for the long shots or the drag shots. It's more what I'm into with sniping. That's why I like battlefield sniping quite a bit, and when I play the game I do snipe. But when it comes to that, you're just going to want to hang back, try to get your distance, maybe get a friend in game who can help protect the area so you can pull off those bloodthirsties with the sniper. Moving on to headshots. If the gun or gun type has high caliber attachments, use it, okay? This is going to help you out quite a bit, because it lowers, I think, the amount of bullets needed to get a headshot. Like, it increases the headshot multiplier. Use high caliber. I think it's on assault rifles, and I think it's on pistols. I don't know if it's actually on any other guns. I think it'd be really dumb if it was on machine guns and submachine guns, because of the fire rate and the power they have behind them. But I know it's on assault rifles and pistols. If I'm wrong, let me know down in the comment section below if I've forgotten. But if you have high caliber, use it. Also, when it comes to the sight, now I have always had a preference for the Varix zoomed out with the zeroed reticle, the custom reticle, which is basically a circle that you can see through the middle instead of the normal red dot. I would suggest using that along with the grip. Personally, it feels like it's lower visual recoil, or maybe actually lower normal recoil when you're using these two together. So it makes going for headshots a little bit easier. So the weapons that, or for assault rifles, I would heavily suggest Varix, zeroed out custom reticle, grip, zoom it out, put on high caliber, and go for those headshots. That might help you do a little bit better and maybe get those headshots, because that's pretty much what I ended up doing. And if I didn't stay in a core with this setup, I would go to hardcore, and it felt like it was much easier to go for headshots with this, simply because you can actually see their head through this sight, and that's why I specifically say the zeroed out. I don't know what red dots their version is. It might be Eclipse or something like that, but I would heavily suggest using this setup. Personally, this is what helped me a lot. And also, flanking is your friend. There's going to be a lot of instances where you just straight up can't kill a person and get a headshot straight up. You could kill them easily, yes, but going for the headshot, it takes a little bit more time to get it up there, to get it aimed, and make sure you don't lose that gunfight to get the headshot. So flanking is your best friend. Use those outer wall runs and try to push the enemy into a certain area. That way you can get behind them. And then just make sure you're quick when you finally get behind them. Don't give away your position. You might need to be rocking Ghost for this. Shoot him in the head, get your headshots, that way you can move along down the line. Now, I think that pretty much covers most of the weaponry stuff. I know with the rapid and double kills, this is for most of the weapons too, you're going to want to play an objective-based game mode. Domination, hardpoint, safeguard. For these double kills, you need to be able to set it up to where the people are together so you can get these quick kills, because you can't really get one kill and then wait a couple seconds to get another one. I think these rapid double kills have to happen rather quickly. So when they're escorting the robot, that's good. When they're defending, say, on hunted safeguard, this is good because they're usually piled up. Domination, if you have the objective, they're taking it. Or hardpoint, overall, everyone is typically flocking to the objective. If you have some objective game modes or tips for this, like I said, leave them down in the comment section below. We're going to use this video and comment section to try to make the best tips possible for a dark matter. That way, if people got any questions or need some help, they can come into this video and into the comment section to try to get things figured out. Hopefully my stuff is new and refreshing that helps you get this. I don't know. I haven't seen any other tip videos for dark matter. I'm not actively looking for them. So maybe some of these people have suggested things that I don't know, but I'm just trying to put out things that I do know. But like I think most of that covers all the weaponry. I know you have the no attachments and 6 perks and stuff like that. That really isn't a big deal. You just gotta, like I said, grind it out. There's no tips for this. Just go through, get them done. It might take a little bit of time, but you should be fine. But moving on to the launchers. They are a pain in the butt. Now, I think you have to get, what, 150 to 200 items shot down before the rest unlock. Ground War has a lot of UAVs. Domination has some. Hardpoint has some. Kill Confirm typically has a lot of kill streaks, too, because it is a heavy point game mode towards score streaks. I know that's where I got a lot of my points, so I would heavily suggest you sticking to those game modes. Kill Confirmed, Ground War, Hardpoint Domination, objective-based things where people are trying to farm the objective for points, because that is a thing, and Advanced Warfare was really bad about it. But it should help you for going for the launchers. But here's something most people don't know, because you get into a point where you have to shoot down SAM turrets, Guardians, you have to kill Cerberus-type things, you have to kill, like, Talons and Wraiths. Hardcore is actually going to be your friend, believe it or not, when it comes to these score streaks. Being with Hardcore, if you kill the enemy player twice, I think, you get kicked out. So if people are running score streaks, most of the time they're running things that are AI-based, so that will kill the enemy and not shoot at their teammates. So I found when I was playing Hardcore, there was a lot of Guardians, there was a lot of Cerberuses, a lot of Sentry Guns, a lot of Wraiths. And Talons, people weren't really controlling. Sometimes they were, but this is good. This is where you need to be at for launchers if you want to try to get these specific things done. I have noticed in Ground War, there actually has been an increase of these different streaks like Wraith, Sentry Gun, and Cerberus. There's been a lot of Cerberuses in Ground War, so that might be somewhere you want to bounce to also to help get this done. So that covers pretty much launchers. You gotta grind it out. It's something I give you tips for game modes where there's increased score streaks, but overall you're just gonna have to grind it out. There's really not something special, but like I said, if you got a tip, leave it down below. And then the knife. A lot of people struggle with the knife, and a lot of people don't struggle with the knife. I find the knives are actually some of the easier. If you want to know which weapon I had the hardest going for gold, it was the Gorgon. I could never get the headshots. It was a pain in the butt, even though I used all these setups. The first gun I got, which you probably wouldn't imagine, was the PO6. I got it gold going towards dark matter. I actually like the gun, believe it or not, but the knife. With this, you're going to want to run overdrive, active camo of the specialist variety. The faster you move, the closer you can get to them before they can get you killed, and you can knife them. And usually overclock recharges overdrive a little bit faster, so you might run that, or with active camo. I think active camo lasts 2 to 3 seconds. It might not be useful unless you are doing the corner sitting, waiting for people to go by, triggering it and stabbing in the back, or slipping around a corner. So the specialists do matter when it comes to the knifing, if you want to make it a little bit easier. If you don't, I mean, be my guest. You can run this 6 perk setup with this knife to make it a little bit easier. Also, Heatwave is decent as a specialist. But when I was using the knife, I was rocking Ghost, 6th Sense, Hardwired Tracker, Dead Silence, Tac Mask. Pretty much everything to keep me off the radar, kind of let me know where the enemy was, keep me off their 6th Sense for the most part, allow me to sound whore, and if stuns or shock charges were thrown my way, it wouldn't slow me down if I was racing towards the enemy player. because, you know, it can become a pain if you get slowed down and you're trying to knife them, things like that. That's why I kind of think Overclock is one of the better specialists. But I know with, like, sniping for people who want to quick scope or knife things, sometimes they rock Heat Wave because it locks them down for like 3 seconds and you can move around in order to kill so. But like I said, those 6 perks should be good for you if you're running for the knife. Now, I would suggest UAV and counter UAV, letting you know where the enemy is at and blocking them from letting them know where you are at. It's very good overall. But I want to mention this one. This is a DLC weapon because we really don't have... this is a special variant type thing. A lot of people ask me, how did I get the long shots for the Shadow Claw? Because I do have it Dark Matter, and yes, I got it out of a supply drop. I don't think I actually got it out of a COD point supply drop. I think I got it out of a crypto key. I've got it a couple times. Nevertheless, if you want to know of a place where to get long shot medals where you can replicate it every single time, Fringe Domination. Take A flag because it has that house. The other side, I'm pretty sure it's the barn by C. Take A flag, the house. Get up on the side panel where you can get on like a little mini roof of the deck or whatever. Shoot from there to B with the Shadow Claw. If you can hit B and beyond, it's a guaranteed long shot. Before I realized this distance, I had probably played 10, 15 games trying to get long shots, and I maybe got 2 long shots out of all those games. Once I got this figured out with Fringe, it took me 2 games, and I completed all 8. But if you want to make it easier on yourself, put on the tribal. That way you can angle it up, and if someone's running across at B or behind B, you have a higher chance of hitting them just because you got 3 shots going that way. If you're rocking 1 shot, you might have a problem. You can always put on a Kimbo and just spam the hell out of it, but I used just the tribal, and it worked out well. But I believe these are all my tips for Dark Matter Camo. Like I said, first one I started to go towards this was the PO6. Hardest one was the Gorgon for me. Pistols are okay, but I mainly got all that stuff done in hardcore. But, oh, also, with the Marshals, because a lot of people struggle to get headshots with that, Akimbo Marshals is the easiest way to get it. You can aim for the head, and you'll most likely get it unless you want to aim down sight. I think Drifter actually had this issue where he was trying to aim down sight, and he was really struggling to get headshots, but once he shifted to my like hip fire kind of system, I think it actually started working out well, and that's how I got all the headshots. So if you can, unlock a Kimbo or dual wield, whatever it's called nowadays, on the Marshal, aim for the head. And it also helps to have 2, because if you go left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, it'll keep you alive a little bit longer in getting those things. But you also want to stick to hardcore for the Marshals for the long shots, because yeah, you have to do long shots for the Marshal. Revenge kills, no big deal. You just keep playing. If someone kills you, most likely you're going to end up playing them. I'd run hard, not hardcore, but ground war for this. But I think these are all my tips. Like I said, if you have any tips for Dark Matter, guys, especially ones that I haven't covered or that you have found to help you in Black Ops 3, leave them in the comments section below. And if we find a lot of them that are actually useful that I have not mentioned, I might make a second video following up with your tips on how to get Dark Matter a little bit easier. But hopefully this helps you guys. Like I said, leave them in the comment section below. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'll try to respond to them in the comments. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit of a long one, 13 minutes, but it is a lot of tips and talking about Dark Matter. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Other than that, peace out.